Coming up next on Adventurer, an 18-year-old woman who has climbed the highest mountain on all 7 continents. More when we return. Welcome to Adventurer, the show where people truly push their lives to the limits. No talking heads here, just the real deals. I'm your host, Jim Clash. On May 17th, 2007, our special guest, Samantha Larson, reached the summit of Mount Everest, completing her quest to climb the 7 summits, the highest peak on each continent. At just 18 years of age, she is the youngest climber to do so. Samantha, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is unbelievable. You're 18 years old and you've climbed the highest mountain on every continent. Now, I remember getting started in climbing, reading Dick Bass's book, 7 Summits. He was the first guy to do it in '85, and he was 55 years old. Here you are, 18 years old. Unbelievable. Tell us, of the 7 mountains, which was the toughest one and what was the most trying time for you?
The toughest was definitely Everest. I mean, it's the highest by far, and just
29,000 feet, yeah.
Right. I think that the toughest, kind of moment out of all of the climbs was coming down on Everest, because I was so tired after having summited, and we still had to get back to base camp. So. And
you were with your father, right? Mm-hmm. And you did all 7 of the 7 with your father.
Right.
So what was that like? I mean, it must be an amazing experience to do that with your father.
Yeah, it really is. It was so great to have him as a climbing partner. It's just, incredible to share that with him. So.
He's an amateur climber, so these were all the first sort of attempts for him on these 7 summits. So each one of them was a new experience for both of you, right?
Right.
What was your favorite mountain?
Oh, it's hard to pick a favorite, but I would probably say Everest again. I think it's just kind of hard to top that.
And did you ever feel at any point that you were in danger climbing on Everest?
I had kind of different levels of fear, I guess. But I think that it kind of, helped me to check my safety when I was, maybe a little bit scared. Then, I was really making sure I was clipped into the rope and everything. So.
How'd you feel standing on top of Everest? What do you remember?
It was such a mix of emotions. On the one hand, it was just like, wow, I'm finally here. But I was also kind of just like so exhausted that I couldn't really feel like such a sense of accomplishment at that moment, But we got to stay on the summit for 45 minutes.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it was such a nice day, and it was just amazing just to look around, and it was really cool to be up there.
You probably were a little worried about getting down too because you were so tired.
Right.
Yeah. What do your friends think about this? You're just out of high school now. You're starting at Stanford in the fall. Mm-hmm. What do your friends think about it? Do they get it?
I don't think so. I have different reactions from different friends. Some just completely don't get what I'm doing. Some just think I'm completely crazy for doing it. But it's not really something that, I do with my friends from high school. So.
Do you plan to go on and climb more mountains? Are you going to go become Ed Viesters and climb 14 8,000 meter peaks without oxygen? Or are you going to go climb K2, considered one of the world's toughest mountains? Or are you going to take a break and just study?
Well, I'm not sure. I know I already have my next climb planned.
Which is?
Karsten's Pyramid, the 8th of the 7 summits.
Right.
Which I'm going there in August. And past that, I know that I'm going to continue climbing, because it's just something that I love to do. But at this point, I don't have any set goals of climbing the 14 8,000 meter peaks or anything.
Good. You should enjoy your life a little bit. Just so people understand, some people consider the 7 summits to be the 6 highest mountains on the continents, and then Kosciuszko, which is the highest in Australia. Other people say Karsten's Pyramid, which is in Oceania, They consider that the 7th summit. Right. So you're going to do the 8th one just to make sure you've got both bases covered, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck in your life, Samantha. Thanks for coming on. You're an inspiration to all of us.
Oh, thank you.
Again, 7 Summiteer, Samantha Larson. I'm Forbes adventurer Jim Clash. To read my column, pick up Forbes magazine or click on Forbes.com/adventurer. And thanks for watching the Forbes.com video network.